Answer me! Who taught you how to do this stuff?
You alright? I learned it by watching you.
Well, it actually finally happened. My beer box from Brewing Tools leaked. It cracked a little one night, and little beads of beer started pouring out. I got this thing in May of 2015, and it's now November 2018. I actually got the two-piece package with everything: the tap, the CO2 containers. I guess it did okay for its life. Well, let me start why I actually got this thing. I was actually looking for a couple of kegs that would fit in my fridge where I didn't have to modify it. I found a few caskets and a couple of high-tech ones. It worked out pretty well, you know. It fit perfectly in there. It was more horizontal than, you know, placing a keg in there. Nowadays I actually have a 2.5 gallon keg. I actually did modify the fridge a couple of years later. What I liked about this thing is you can actually carry it around. Has a nice handle. You know, you can get it to the parties, stick it in an ice bucket or something. Comes with the picnic tap if you want it. Yeah, you can attach the CO2 right there for disbursement. Squeeze it, that's it. I was never really a fan of these taps because they always leak on me. So in the fridge, I actually had it without the tap. I would just keep the nozzle on there and then, you know, pour my beer from there. I even tried putting some plumber's tape in there. I don't know, like all these tricks to try to get it not to leak. It could be the length of the tube, maybe. It's not that great of a tap, as you can see. Yeah, nowadays I actually have one of the faucet ones on the keg in the fridge. So anyway, it's long past its limited 6-month warranty, which covers defects and workmanship. The cost of this thing for the two pair with the tap and the CO2 injectors was about $199. It is pretty steep, but it's a unique product. You know, there's nothing really like this out there. And I did find this really convenient when I was traveling to other parties. I could bring 2 of these along, you know, stick your labels on here with duct tape or something. Yes, it's made of plastic. It's hard plastic. Yeah, I think some of you have seen my earlier videos, which were on my other channel, where I showed like day 1 and then 2 weeks later. On day 1, it actually bulges, which is normal. The pressure is building in there with CO2. You're only supposed to allow up to 15 psi's, and what I was using was a bicycle gauge. That's the only thing that fits in here. This is a Schrader valve in there, and this CO2 injector is specially made for this valve. You can't actually use the Cornelius keg chargers. It won't fit on this. And I think I understand why they didn't make a steel version of it, because it would probably be too costly. $199 seemed pretty high enough right now. I mean, you can actually get a steel keg for way less than that, get all the equipment and taps. But like I said, if you see the videos, it's a pretty nice fit in there. Everything's compact right there. Yeah, I got this long before I upgraded my equipment. Here's their instruction manual. It does say forced carbonating in the beer box is not recommended. I would say do not force carbonate. This is meant for natural carbonation. Yeah, it's definitely a slow process if you have to keep it at 15 psi. Probably take 2 or 4 weeks. I don't remember how long it took me. You do add your priming sugar to this, and you're waiting after that. But overall, I do want to say this is a pretty cool product. I just wish it was stronger, that's all. It was a nice fit into the refrigerator. I mean, you can keep it in there, you can keep it in other spots as well. Like over here. And here. So no, I didn't abuse this thing. I never forced carbonated in this thing. A couple of squeezes at a time would only bring it up to, you know, 5 psi's at a time or something. You know, I was very careful, and then always checking it. So you would naturally carbonate in these things as it bulged up. So the CO2 injector was merely there to force the beer out. You would carbonate to whatever psi you want it to end up at. Alright, so let's see if I can show you the crack on this thing. This is where it happened. Yeah, you see it right there. The thing that looks like an indentation groove, like on a record in there. You see it? Yeah, it doesn't look like much, but it was only beads of liquid forming through there and dropping. We now say goodbye to Beer Box. He was a barrel of fun. And now time for Space Kitty! Yeah, it's a real beer. Yeah, I pick up the weirdest things sometimes. Oh shit. Whoa. Ah, whoa. Holy shit. Yeah, apparently this is a Citra DIPA Double India Pale Ale. I mean, can you guys really tell the difference in like 100 IBUs to 200 IBUs? Yeah, anyway, this is by the Rohrback Brewing Company. Space Kitty! This award-winning American double IPA features a trio of rare hops, high in alpha acids and no juicy oils that mimic the West Coast style we love so dearly. Do not age, Space Kitty, and please drink fresh. It's 8.4% alcohol. It's 1 pint. Huh. I should just do a commercial for them. Well, let's see. Yeah, I guess I would say it's pretty bitter. I should have sniffed this first. I did this the wrong way. But anyway. I got too excited. I wanted to open this thing. Yeah, you're definitely getting me. It's very floral. Yeah. I'm actually growing hops in the backyard. Fuggle. I love fuggle. I love saying the word. I love sniffing hops. Yeah, it definitely has like the citrus element. I'm gonna say grapefruit. Yes, the essence of grapefruit, floral. It's a medium body. It's not malty. Yeah, so let's see what it actually looks like. Nice, or almost an orange to reddish color. See how much head gets in there when I pour it kind of fast and wrong. Let's see. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, there's actually a head foam in there. Stays up pretty well. Let's check the legs. Ooh, I'm fancy. Well, I'm gonna, there's something else to it. No, I'm still going with a floral grapefruit, but you know, sometimes you get that the spring good mildew type of thing, like you have in Fuggle or Amarillos. Pretty much Amarillos are the bright hops. I guess I like it. Yeah. All right, kids, until next time, cheers. Oh, and here's the brew dog. There you are. Brew dog, yay! Yeah, say hi. Take two. Hi, puppy.